Hello everyone and welcome back to IMRT Reviews. I'm RT and today we're reviewing Godzilla Vs Kong, a film directed by James Wingard about two titans battling it out. We've got a temporary backdrop today as I've moved all my Blu-rays, but let's get straight into this non-spoiler review. So as always with this channel, we start with the cons, and the cons with this movie is a continuing theme in the monster universe where the human characters are quite bland and boring. Their entire characterization just being, that's the funny one, that's the science one, that's the brave one. And as much as I just want to see monsters fighting, I do understand that human characters are needed to push the narrative, but it can be done a bit better. It's come to be something you just kind of expect now from the MonsterVerse movies, but that doesn't really excuse it. More compelling characters would add a lot of stakes to the film, because in the fight scenes, you'd actually care about the character's safety, and it would make the human scenes feel a lot less like filler. The film's pacing is a little bit slow at the start. It's mainly just human-based expository setup, and at the end of the film, it's just all-out action. So if they just found a better balance between the two, the film would have flowed a lot better. The main villain of the movie is just another mustache-twiddling bad guy, and I think someone with better motives than just, I want to be the most powerful person, would have made the film better overall. Comedy in this film didn't really land for me with Brian Tyree Henry's character and Julian Dennison's, as it just felt awkwardly thrown in there, and just felt like they had to throw it in there as that's the formula for most action films today, just to chuck in some random humour, because why not? Nothing really much to say about all the performances in the movie. They're just fine, and they just did a job with the script they had. But it's now moving on to the positives, because there's some good meat to this film. It's pretty cool at times. So let's talk about that. First big positive being the action. There are some beautiful wide shots, full of colour, with excellent choreography, if that's what you want to call it. The fight scenes aren't boring. Just it was brilliant. It would have been really easy for them to just have them punch each other and just call it a day there, but they got really creative with the action scenes, and that's something I really enjoyed about the film. And at the start of all the action scenes, you get really cool, intimidation displays with Kong just beating his chest, Godzilla just roaring. Epic stuff. I loved all of it. Another thing I really enjoyed about the action scenes is the facial expressions that they zoom in on Godzilla and Kong's face. It just adds so much character with just a simple thing. It was really smart, and I loved it. The narrative does follow Kong, and I do think that's a really smart decision, as he is much easier to relate between the two. But the film doesn't side with either one of them, which I'm also a massive fan of. The best part of Kong's story was definitely the girl that he shared a connection with, as it almost humanizes him and enabled us to connect with him more on this journey. They did some really clever things with her character as well. With the character being deaf, she was able to feel the ground and therefore feel Kong's heartbeat, which led to some extremely touching moments. The special effects, as always with this universe, are sublime, and it's just Junkie XL's year as he just delivers another incredible soundtrack that I'll be listening to on Spotify all of the time. Overall, I think this movie is a really great time. It's just action-packed, two monsters battling it out. It's never ever going to be, a compelling, in-depth story where there's a character study on Kong and Godzilla and how they feel and everything like that, because that's not what we want. We just want to see them fight, and that's what we got. So with all that being said, I'm going to give this film the Saturday night Netflix film rating, as it's exactly that, a film that you can pop on for 2 hours and just have a really great time with. So that is my Godzilla vs Kong review. Please let me know down in the comments below who you want to win the fight. If you did like this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.